second dish tonight we're doing is succotash. Now succotash is a real simple thing. At its very base, it's corn and it's lima beans. From there you add whatever seasonings you like. Tonight what I'm doing is I've started with about half a pound to a pound of bacon just for flavor. I've added a bunch of sweet onion and some garlic to that, salt and pepper to get it nice and savory, and I'm just sauteing all that in a lot of butter. Once that gets sauteed nice, I just throw in frozen lima beans and frozen corn. I usually do it in about a 1-to-1 ratio. Tonight I'm going to do about 3 pounds of corn and 2 pounds of lima beans because the corn's a little bit sweeter. And then I just salt and pepper it to taste from there. And you just cook it through and warm it up, and it makes a really savory dish that goes alongside the kind of the meaty, spicy, sweet dish that we have on the other side here. All right, now that my onions and all my ingredients are sauteed, I'm just adding the frozen lima beans and the frozen corn and getting it all stirred up together. Okay, now I'm just, as these frozen corn and lima beans starts to thaw out and warm up, I'm just making sure I'm keeping it well stirred. There's already 2 sticks of butter in here. I'm probably going to add a little more, just watching how wet it is, because we want it to have a nice buttery flavor when we're done. And we don't want it to taste dry, because lima beans can be kind of dry. So I'll probably add another stick of butter here shortly, and just keep sauteing these together. All right, here comes that 3rd stick of butter I was warning you about. Okay, our succotash is pretty much done. It's hot. The vegetables are warmed through and cooked. Now I'm just going to season it to taste. I've already added a couple of tablespoons of salt so far just to get it started, but there's a lot of vegetable there, so it takes quite a bit of salt to season that. So I'll probably add a couple more tablespoons here, but I'm just going to taste it. That's the main thing. If you want more pepper or more salt, it's really a personal preference. But overall, a couple of tablespoons, 3 or 4 at the most of salt, and then a tablespoon of pepper at the most. All right. Oh, baby, that's going to be all right there. Okay, so our meal is all ready to go here. We've got our succotash and our evil chicken. This whole thing took about 45 minutes to cook, and a little bit of prep time ahead of it, 15 or 20 minutes to chop everything up. You can see I was using a camp chef to cook on rather than briquettes. That's because we only need bottom heat, and we need a nice consistent heat through the whole process. So I've cooked this whole thing on about medium-low here on the camp chef, and it took about 45 minutes. Okay, so just a tip here for when you have multiple Dutch ovens, as you're likely to have. I like to mark my Dutch ovens with something that's fireproof. This helps you when you go to a big function. There's lots of Dutch ovens around. I have a little tag on here that has a number 2 on it. This one has a matching number 2, one for the lid and one for the bowl. Or you can do something simple like a piece of wire with a couple of nuts. And the idea here is that you always get your lid back matched to the basin, and you always get your stuff back at the end of the night.